Hi, and welcome. Our next guest is from Jacksonville, Texas. He's one of the most athletic guys I know. Please welcome Deshawn McCuin. What's up, my buddy?
What's good, brother?
Dude, what did you jump today on the vert test? What was the final number?
The final number was 42.2.
42.2 is
42.2,
crazy.
and then I did 41.6. No. I did three jumps. So the
Okay.
first one was a 40, like a 40.3 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, weak. Too.
And then the second one was a 41.6, and then after cleaning a little bit, I did 42, which I didn't expect.
It went up after
It
you
went
worked
up
out?
as I went out, yeah, which is crazy.
Have
to
you
me.
always had the bounce like that, or when did you start getting the hops?
I think I started getting bounced probably in 8th grade. I was trying to, like grab the rim, do a little rim grazer, but I wasn't quite getting there. And then I got there freshman year to where I was, hitting back iron. So I was getting it pretty early.
If you don't know, Deshawn is top 5, top 3, top 1. He's up there as far as hoopers on the team goes.
Yeah.
He can
I
ball.
think you got top 5.
Yeah, top 5 is
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Solid comp.
Yeah.
When'd you get your first dunk?
My first dunk was going into my freshman year. I was at a tournament with my brother.
So in the game?
Yeah, in a game, and got a steal. We're blowing him out. Got a steal, and the dude kept running, and I was like, this is my chance right here. And I dunked it. The crowd went crazy. Um, it was just a very exciting moment because I've never dunked ever until then.
Yeah,
So,
not even in practice, like warm
not
up.
in practice, not in
Dang.
warm ups. I was doing it in the warm ups before that game.
So that was the first day you had ever
And that was
really
the first
got
day
it?
I first started like completing dunks. And
Nice.
got it down, and caught my first body in
At the same time.
freshman year. Yeah,
We'll have to see if I gotta work on my editing skills if we could put it in to show everybody. I remember
yeah.
I got my first dunk freshman year also, not in a game or anything, and I like rim grazer, barely got it in,
Yeah.
and it's just never really
Those are the
improved.
most exciting moments, man. I mean, when I got that, I was just screaming and yelling in a gym full of people, and I didn't care because
Yeah.
I was a young boy. I was probably like 14, 15, and
So did you do a holdback year before going into high school or no?
no, I went straight through.
You were straight into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you talked about, you said you played with your brother when you were hooping. You got a big family, or what's your family
I
like?
got I got two loving parents. My mom, my dad. They've been so supportive with me through everything, through the little league, through high school, through college. So they've been a big help in my athletic journey. Especially my dad. He used to buy us cones and ladders and basketballs all the time. We'd pop them or something would happen.
Would
He'd
he
buy
coach
us
the
a new
teams?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
so it was great to see him do that because you know he grew up. He got lucky to have three boys, and us three boys, we did so much for him, and we just try to pay him back and playing so hard for him. But yeah, I play with both my brothers. I got two brothers, Kason and Devin.
Okay.
Devin's the youngest. He plays for UTSA now.
Nice.
Kason, he is in Tyler, which is close to my hometown.
Okay.
And he's working. He's doing really good.
Nice.
I keep in touch with him every day.
So are you in the middle then?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
I'm the
Okay.
oldest, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I keep in touch with him all the time. I just got on the phone with my little brother probably a few hours ago.
Nice.
And I text my brother Kason like every day. So
how is it being the older? I'm a middle child, so
Yeah.
I always kind of got the benefit of I got to be the older brother for my youngest brother, and like he would hang out with us when my friends were over and things like that. I got to teach him things and all the perks that come with that. And then I also got an older sister, so like when she would got her license and could take me to friends' house and stuff, like, I got all of those perks too. So what's it like being the oldest? You ever wish you had like an older brother to set the way for you?
Oh yeah. I definitely wish I had an older brother, to show me like what I was
what
going
you're
through,
doing for
what I was doing for them.
Yeah.
So I think now that it wasn't any pressure growing up because you're just living your kid, you don't have any responsibilities, you're just having fun playing sports. And now I wish that I had an older brother to teach me the ropes of like how to educate, how to persuade my younger brothers to do what I'm doing. I mean, it got to one of my brothers, which is great.
Yeah.
But I wish I was lucky enough to have both of them in the college career and just to experience as much as I've experienced being the oldest. But it's been great, man. It's a blessing to teach them especially my younger one, he's learning every day, and I love it for him. And Kason, he's just doing so well. He's just growing up each and every day, not just physically, but just intelligently, emotionally, just growing up. He has a dog that he teaches, like he treats it like his kid, man. King, nice. Shout out to King, man. That's my little nephew, and I love both of them to death, man. They're my world.
Nice, man. Yeah. Has it been tough being, so far now that you're in San Diego, keeping up with them, or are you still over social media and like phone calls and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I do phone calls and text them and FaceTime calls with my mom, little group phone calls. Go. But I mean, yeah, it's tough, man. I just can't see him as much as I used to because I used to go to TCU, and that's 2 hours away from my hometown. Okay. So I was home every weekend.
Yeah,
and I could see them. I was there for a lot of birthdays and weddings and stuff like that. And now so far I can't really do that, but they're still supporting me. They're still loving, and I couldn't ask for more from them.
Now, and how far is UTSA? Is he pretty close to home?
So UTSA is about 4.5 to 5 hours. And I know Devin hates making that drive when he has to go back home. But yeah, it's a nice area.
Gotcha.
But they hit most of his games because it's obviously in Texas still. But yeah, it's not too far, but it's far enough.
Yeah, dude. My sister, her senior year, studied abroad in Sevilla in Spain, and she just loved it, bro. She got a job, like met a guy out there, all that. So she got sent home for COVID, and then once that cleared and everything, she had graduated by that point. She moved back out there and got like a 2-year visa to try it out, and just decided to stick with it. So she just got like a 5-year visa out there now, approved, and she's just living across the country. So it's kind of crazy having family far away and stuff like that. It's definitely weird, hard. Like she's 9 hours ahead of us, I think. Yeah. Texas is 2
hours
from here. Yeah, so like just like factoring in things like that is definitely weird.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. So you were saying did you play basketball and football in high school?
Yeah, I did. I did 4 sports. I played baseball. I did track. And basketball and football, obviously.
What did you run for track?
I did the 100 and I did 4x1 and then I did high jump.
Okay.
I did a little bit of 200 my freshman and sophomore year. Didn't really like it.
Yeah, too far.
Coaches put me in the 4x4 because like growing up in small towns, like if you're the athletic person in that town or at that school, you're going to be putting everything, especially in track to get all the points. It's a point system, so they put me in the 4x4. I hated every minute of it, but I am very thankful for it though because it teaches you a lot to just persevere and a lot of that stuff. So,
would you recommend running track in off seasons for DBs? Do you feel like it made you faster, or do you feel like you would have rather had that time to let your body recover? What do you think on that?
I think it's really good for you now, not knowing it as a high schooler, naive kid. You're just thinking you're just doing more work, but it definitely helps you in terms of speed, endurance, just and learning to push through. So I encourage, like, if a coach ever asks you to do a 400, I would do it.
Yeah,
I would be the first to do it. It just shows a lot of character, and especially if you have aspirations to go into college. I mean, that's one thing they look for. Like, how does he work out?
Yeah.
What is his work ethic? And then the coaches tell him that, then that's just a huge point.
And I'm sure that looks great on your resume as far as not just a 1-sport athlete, but a 4-sport athlete. Able to market yourself to colleges better. Yeah. I didn't know you were a baseball player too, man. What'd you play?
I played center field and I played right field, and then I pinch ran a little bit. Couldn't bat save my life. Yeah, Coach Orr and a lot of my buddies was on that team, and I just tried it out my senior year.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure I get all of those experiences before I left high school, because high school is the most bliss, pure time of your life. And a lot of high school kids don't know that because they think they're going to be there forever.
Dude, it goes by
so fast, especially that senior year. So I wanted to make sure I got all of that. I was in a lot of activities. So
I played baseball growing up for 1 year. I played with Corey Foreman, who's at USC. Now he transferred to the team up north. And dude, he was so strong that if he hit the ball, it was going the farthest that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he was about like 1 for 8, and the other 7 were all strikeouts. Yeah. it was all or nothing. He was either launching that thing, or he was swinging as hard as he could 3 times. But yeah, like you're saying, I got so many good memories from just playing high school sports and even youth sports before that.
Mm-hmm.
Like just being involved in multiple things, giving you multiple friend groups and things like that. Just good memories for it.
Yes, for sure.
So at what point did you decide, you know what, football is going to be my route to college?
I think I want to say my sophomore summer going into my junior year.
Okay.
Or no, my ninth grade summer going into either one of those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I was training twice a day, every day that summer. And, you know, right before, you know, a lot of high schools do like summer workouts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing stuff before that. And it was just, I was just grinding every single day. It's called Happy Valley in Jacksonville at my high school. It was a steep hill that we used to run. And I used to run that 10 times twice a day. And that's when I got really fast. And I was just working so hard, and I'm so blessed to have that opportunity. That hill got me to this seat.
That's
I
awesome,
feel like
man.
so. You know, shout out to Happy Valley and JSD for that.
Do you still go hit the hill when you go back home?
Oh yeah, man. It's just like a home place for me, especially when I'm training.
Yeah.
You know, I obviously do more advanced training because I'm getting older and getting to a chance where I have aspirations to go into the league. So I have to, you know, be more technical with it. But if I just want a good grind, I definitely go back to that hill for sure.
Man.
Yeah.
So sophomore year, that's when you said you really locked in on football is where I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
What was your recruiting journey like? And I know you went to TCU at a high school. What other schools were you considering besides TCU?
I didn't really have a big recruiting process. You know, a lot of schools came out and talked to me, you know, put me out of class and stuff like that. I didn't get really a lot of offers. I got a lot of small D1 schools, and TCU was my dream school. So, I mean, man, when I went to that camp and then they called my phone, it was so surreal. I was with my brother and my ride, I'll never forget. I was taking my grandmother to the bank.
Okay.
And Coach Patterson called me, and I missed his call.
No.
And because I guess my phone's on D&D or something, and I missed his call. And so I had to hurry up and get home to take the call. And me and my brother, we was in there, and he offered me a full ride scholarship, and I'm in there crying. And Devin's in there so excited for me. And soon as he got done offering me, saying, you know, a lot of good things about me, I was like, where do I commit?
Yeah,
like, when do I start that?
Yeah.
And he sent me the number of the people, and then after that, it was history, man. It was
locked it in.
Yeah.
I was pretty much the same way, dude. Coach Heck called me, and I was home alone, and I had two buddies that were coming over to play basketball, like on their way.
Yeah.
And at my house, they know, just like let yourself in. So I'm like in the backyard with the basketball sitting there waiting, and I get a call, and I was on the phone, and then he told me like, "Hey, we're gonna offer you." And like right whenever he said that, they walked in the gate and they saw him, and I told him, I was like, offer. I was like trying to tell them.
I was talking about
they just lost their minds, bro.
Awesome.
It was cool. And then got to call the parents and stuff like that. But
that's awesome.
And then I was like you, I think I committed a week later, took a visit here, like unofficial. So I was like everything that I thought it would be and just locked it in.
Yeah.
Nice. So you lock it in. What year was that? Your junior year?
That was my junior year, yeah.
Okay.
So I locked it in 2018, right before my senior year.
Okay. So now you're committed to TCU. You feel like that took some pressure off your shoulders playing your senior season?
Oh yeah, it definitely was I wouldn't say a breeze because, you know, the competition is still, you know, rigorous in that standpoint. But it definitely took off, you know, like a lot of stress because not knowing where I know that I wanted to go play D1 ball, just didn't know who was going to want me.
Yeah.
So after doing that, it was just like, I would say, a breeze going through, you know, just that season and having that, you know, that feeling to
Got to play a little more carefree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have a school to go to, and you know, I had to play much harder.
Yeah.
Because I know coaches come to games, and I think the game that I play best is when the coaches came out to watch me.
There you go.
And that was probably the best game I've ever had. I had 4 touchdowns, and oh man, I had a receiving touchdown. I had like 3 running touchdowns. It was a great game.
So you're playing safety, and what they use you at? Like
I was playing safety and quarterback.
Are you playing QB all high school?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
was QB for a majority of my.
And you had a receiving touchdown that game, like a double pass, or you went
I
was
playing receiver. Yeah.
Oh, just athlete. Give me
so
the ball.
I was in practice. This is how it go. I do the QB warm ups, and then we do a team warm up. So I just warm up regularly.
Yeah.
And then we go to team stuff, and then I would do quarterback, and then there would be packages. Well, we had a backup quarterback named Tristan Shoemake, one of my best friends actually, and he would go in, and I would go to receiver,
Nice.
and then there'd be packages where I'd go to running back, and I'd play corner a little bit, safety, so just all over
the field.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like my senior year after I was committed and coming here, like playing more loose with it. Like before that, I would be like, okay, I have to throw at least 2 touchdowns this game. Otherwise, I'm not like I would be having those thoughts. And I would say like, if you're a guy in high school, just know like if you got the skills and things, they'll find you, and don't try to force it. Like I definitely forced some throws to where I had a check down open, but I'm throwing a deep ball into double coverage because I think it looked better on film, or things like that. And when I got here, I realized that coaches see through that. They see, okay, he doesn't, or what they see is he doesn't know how to read the field. He's thrown into double coverage. Whereas if you just do what your job is, they would rather see that. Like you, if you're blowing your coverage to go make a big hit, it might look good on the film, but like a college coach is going to see that and be like, oh, he abandoned his zone, or whatever it is.
Like going to rob something while you're in man coverage. Stuff
things like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Got you. So, so you got to TCU. How was what was that experience like, man?
Oh man, it was probably the best 4 years of my life, man. I met so many good people, experienced so much, met a lot of great coaches, a lot of great football players. I was very fortunate enough to see a lot of people go to the league and just see what they did to get there. I just followed upon that every year that I was there.
So at what point did you get your starting spot or get on the field? Was it right away freshman year, or is that something that took a couple years?
Yeah, so I redshirted my freshman year.
Okay.
Took a development year just to get used to it.
For sure.
Because in Jacksonville, everybody praises you how athletic you are, how good you are, and then you get to a school that has 100 of yous in that same school. So I had to adapt to that. And then my sophomore year, I played a little bit on special teams, worked in some packages a little bit. And then my junior year is when, I started to play a little bit, and then, I had my injury, and we can talk about that later. But yeah, it was a great time. We went to the national championship.
Yeah, man. What was the Natty like? Tell us about that. They take care of you guys?
Man, so we went and played the Fiesta Bowl. We played in Arizona, and we played Michigan. And man, we stayed at a hotel called the Fairmont Princess. And if you can, just try to look that up. Just look at pictures of it, and it's like literally magical.
Yeah,
like a magical place to stay. And, we were up there for a week. We're just training, working out, doing our yoga stuff, practicing, and then we went into that game playing very, very hard.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I know from my freshman year, we got the Hawaii Bowl game.
Yeah.
So we got to go out there like 5 days before, and that was just such a cool experience. They let us go surfing. We had like a private island tour one day. Went to a water park the other day. Had a luau. Like they had a bunch of just like extracurricular events set up for us.
Yeah.
But whenever you're playing in the national championship, do you still have those free time activities and stuff, or is it way more business oriented?
It was more like that in the Fiesta Bowl.
Okay.
And then when it got to the championship, we went up there, I think, maybe 3 days before.
Okay.
Kind of treated it like a regular game because, like us and the coaches treated like this is all or nothing.
Yeah.
This is for all the marbles. And, we went up there strictly on a business trip, and, we got all the gear, all the nice stuff, but had like a players lounge and stuff like that, but we didn't really we were in downtown LA, so it wasn't really any places to go or have any fun to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, as a whole team.
Yeah, as a whole team, yeah.
That makes sense. So I know you mentioned your injury. Just want to talk about, what happened, and then, what that recovery process was like.
Yeah. So I got my first career start against SMU, and I was playing good the entire half. And, literally the last play of that half, I jump up to get a pick, and the receiver, his name's Rashid Rice. He plays for the Chiefs now. Shout out to him.
Just got a ring, right?
Yeah, just got a ring. And, he kneed me. And it felt always like a regular.
Just like a stinger?
Yeah, like a knee to the leg. And I'm getting up. I'm celebrating. And
you picked it off, too?
Yeah, I picked it off. I caught it. First career start, first career pick. I'm ecstatic. I'm turned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go up there, and I'm trying to rub it out, and it's just not doing anything. It's getting harder, like I was flexing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take my shoe off to try to stretch it out,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to put my shoe back on, and I can't put it on because I can't bend my leg.
Oh, shoot.
And so we get out there. We're on defense first, and I think they end up taking it down about 90 yards. And so I think we have to go back down there. And I get in the game, and I'm barely moving
You
around.
can't bend your leg.
And I can't run. You know, they end up scoring. Then I had to go back. I could get on the bike. It was just crazy.
You got so much adrenaline at that point.
Yeah,
sure. Like when I broke my collarbone, it was snapped in half, and I tried to go out and throw the next series. Like I didn't realize until a couple minutes later that like, it takes a while to set in with something like that.
Yeah.
So you're out on the field again, and then keep going. What happens after that?
Yeah. So I end up sitting the rest of the game, and you know I go up there, I get with the doctors, and they're just saying it's like a large hematoma. So they try to drain it.
Okay. And what is a hematoma?
So a hematoma is basically like a blood clot. So like usually everyone gets one. So like if you were to get hit or you get bruised and you see like a bruise come up, that's what a hematoma is.
Okay, just a small.
Yeah, it's a small bruise. Okay. Yeah. And so I don't bruise well. So when that happened, nothing was showing up. I was just very swollen and nothing really showed up. So they drained it and nothing really came up out of it. So they said to go home and see, and if it feels worse in the next 30 minutes, go to the ER.
Okay.
And luckily, I have a very close family friend. Her name's JC Webb. Shout out to her, really, because she really saved my life. I'm so glad and blessed that she was there. So I go home. I try to lay down. I can't find a comfortable place to lay. So I'm trying to lay on my back, trying to lay on the other side, trying to, you know, twist and turn. I can't find a comfortable place. And, you know, I take my sock off and the bottom of my foot is like white. And so she sees that and she's like, oh, he's losing blood. And I didn't know any better. So we get down and I was in my apartment and my elevator isn't working.
Just the worst timing.
So I had to go up and I had to go back down the stairs. And then, you know, I get there and, you know, there's like, yeah, you need surgery like right away. And so they took me back for an X-ray, MRI. They thought I broke my femur for a little bit. And, you know, I went through four hard surgeries. I think I went through 3 in less than 24 hours. It was crazy. My mom was there every step of the way of it. My dad was taking care of my little brother that was there still. I was in the hospital for, I think, 3 days. And then, you know, obviously went back home.
So you go from thinking, oh, man, I got a little bruise, I'll be fine, to, dude, I might not. Did they ever tell you, like?
Yeah, so they told me after my 3rd surgery, they gave me this drug called ketamine. They were trying to change out my wounds. And once they took out the thing, they saw I was still bleeding heavily and losing a lot of blood. I had a very low blood count. And I had to get rushed to emergency surgery. And, you know, I'm just acting so crazy. And then my mom's in there crying. It was just it's just a very like emotional place to even think about.
Yeah.
And you know, after that surgery, it was like you really had a very low blood count, and just like you're really blessed to be here right now. And that was just. And then I had to close it up for the 4th one. And yeah, man, I'm so blessed to just be here. Thankful for the doctors and the nurses that took care of me. Thankful for my mom. You know, I call her my sister because we're so close. Like, I think we were supposed to be born on the same day, and I was born a few weeks early. But JC, she's literally my hero. She really saved my life. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, man, it was a crazy experience, and I think about it all the time.
What was the recovery on timeline like after that, as far as like walking and then running and then getting back to playing full speed?
Yeah, so some of the doctors, I had 3 doctors that worked on me. One of them was like, this will take 6 to 8 weeks. One of them was like 3 to 4 months, and then the long one, somebody just said it's going to take a very long time.
Okay.
And you know, I get out of the hospital in a wheelchair, and I'm in there for about 2 days, and then I get on crutches. I'm on crutches for maybe close to a month, and I don't really get to doing like, you know, active rehab for like 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it was just a very hard process to deal with. Yeah. So I was doing that for about 2 to 3 months. And I think at the 6 or 7 month mark, I was running. like in the pool,
okay,
and Alter G, stuff like that. And then 8 to 9 months, I was, running, up to, no, I wouldn't say my full speed, but up to full speed to where I was, comfortable running.
Gotcha. If you don't know what an Alter G is, I didn't either till I got here. It's pretty sweet. You wear like a compression shorts that zip into a treadmill. I don't know if I'm explaining it great. And then there's like a rubber piece that comes up and zips on your waist. So they pump it full of air. So it makes you lighter than you actually are for like people rehabbing leg injuries and stuff. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah. And I think we have in the training room, I think it's Tom Brady's old one.
That's where we got that from?
I think they're telling the truth.
All right.
Because every person I asked said that that's Tom Brady's old Alter G, which is insane to even think about. That is a very expensive piece of equipment. I'd probably say over $100,000. So shout out to Tom Brady.
Shout out to Tom.
Yeah.
Did you know? I heard that. I think they fixed it now, but there was a hole in the weight room, one of the walls, from LeBron James throwing a med ball at it.
Crazy stuff.
I know. I've seen pictures of him working on the Jam Center, like in their off season, and when we got that, I was like, oh, one of the players. And I said, like, oh no, that was LeBron. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I heard about that. LeBron and AD was here.
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah, that was. I didn't get to see it, but that's crazy. Even think about that. That was here. Yeah.
So you get back healthy. This is what year for you at?
This is my at TCU. This would be my fourth year. That was my third year, and I was going on my fourth year. Yeah.
And then what came into the decision to leave there and come to San Diego State?
I was still trying to find a new normal, and what I mean by that is just I'm never going to be the same as was before my leg injury. So I had to try and find a new normal and grow upon that. So I was trying to do that. And I didn't want to stop the process of, I'd say, like the team growing. I didn't want to like be that burden, to keep rehabbing. So I got fully healthy and found that new normal. And I was just like, I think it's time to, move on from that. And, I had a coach that coached at Texas State, and he was up here at San Diego State.
Okay.
So I gave him a call and luckily he was still there. I think Pat just left. And they were like, I asked him, like, are you looking for any safeties? And he had literally just left like a week.
Nick Morris.
Yeah. And so, he said he had some spots open, got a visit out here, fell in love with the atmosphere, just, the people out here. And it didn't take me long to commit here either.
Gotcha.
So that process too was insane. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for, because I know a lot of guys who hit the transfer portal either out of frustration or whatever reason it may be, they hit it in a hurry without really a sense of where they want to go, and then they get lost. But like you were saying, I know you can't contact directly with coaches, but like you said, you could reach out to your trainer or someone that that knows somebody. Do you have any advice as far as people trying to navigate the transfer portal with how new it is?
I would say not to do it based off emotion.
Okay.
I would probably sit down with your family or a coach, probably mainly a coach, to let them know, like, what should I do. I wouldn't solely do it based on emotion, because you can make the wrong decision and it can ruin your life, or ruin your dreams or aspirations. And so, that's what I did. I sat down with my coach. I sat down with my mom and dad, and just was like, because there was one point where I didn't know if I was going to keep even playing football. So, I sat with them and was just like, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
And they were like, are you still healthy? Do you still have the love for the game? I was like, of course. Like, I've been playing it since I was, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And so I made sure I was careful about it. And so the advice I give, just don't do it on emotion. And
solid.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So now we're all caught up on your football history and stuff. So I want to talk a little bit about, what's Deshawn McCuin like outside of football, man? You got any hobbies? I know I saw on your Instagram did you go skiing or was it snowboarding?
Yeah, I went skiing. So we went. Yeah. So that was my second time going. I had some family friends out there that help us out.
Where'd you go at?
It's called Vail.
Okay, that's around here?
Vail, Colorado.
Oh, you went to, okay.
Yeah, so we went to Colorado. We was up there for I think 3 or 4 days.
Nice.
Skied a little bit, and it's crazy.
Were you good at it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the hang of it.
Okay. You sound like you try to be modest, but
yeah, I'm definitely getting the hang of it. the first time I ever did it, it was just crazy. I was all over the ground. There's little kids flying by me. I think the kids that grow up there, like there's always snow up there, so they can just get into it.
It's like riding a bike.
Really young for them, yeah. And they don't have the sticks. They're just moving around me, and that was a tough time. But and then the next day, I ended up getting the hang of it, and then we left. And then this past time, which is about 2 or 3 months ago, we went, and it was like they said, it's literally like riding a bike. So once you do it once,
you got the muscle
you can
memory
build upon it. Yeah.
Were you ever worried about? I've always been worried to ski because I feel like I might slip out and do the splits. Were you ever worried about that, or did you ever get in this situation?
You're strapped in there. There's no going anywhere unless you wipe out.
But I'm saying your legs could just keep drifting, and then you're in
trouble.
trouble.
Yeah, once they keep drifting, and that's when at one point, because it's called pizza, which is where you tink your toes in.
Okay, that keeps them from going out.
And if you're going down a steep hill, they'll just start to spread.
Okay, yeah.
And if you're going too fast and you're doing that, and it's not working. Either you keep going until you hit something, or you have to fall.
So you stop naturally.
Yeah, and so me and my brother did that a few times, and we just fell. We just had to take a fall and get those skis back on, man. All that snow is just so crazy.
Yeah.
So
I've only been snowboarding twice, just because I've always been worried about getting hurt or something during season. And I went in high school one time. And I didn't realize, like, when you get on and off the lift, you have to only be clipped in with one leg on the snowboard.
Yeah, on the snowboard, yeah.
I think I fell every single time. Like, we would get off the lift, and I would just glide until I got to a point and then just fall and strap myself in. But I remember just being on my back edge the whole time, like, babying down and just watch people whiz by.
Yeah.
It's scary. You feel like a liability. Like, you're run over.
Oh, yeah. Because when you're a beginner, there's so many people that go up to those high lifts. And there's black diamonds up there. That's just a level of difficulty. So there's green, blue, and then there's black, and then there's black diamond.
Where are you at?
I was in the blue. I stay strictly in the blue and the green. I'm still a beginner, so I treated myself as one. I didn't want to have a big head and be like, I'm this big athlete, I can do whatever, and fall and have somebody never come and get me. So, I did that, and coming off those lifts, man, especially like on skis, you have to tilt them up, so when it hits the ground, you go like this.
Oh, because if you hit your toe first,
so if you hit the toe first, they're going to come off.
Yeah,
and it was pretty cool though. And then I think we did jumps a little bit. So me and my little brother and my friend Tristan Shoemaker played quarterback for us.
Oh, gotcha.
In high school, he did snowboarding, so that's how I figured out you had to have one foot off. And we tried to do some jumps.
You get a little airtime?
No, man. I was so scared because you're going so fast, and then once you get up, you slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once you get some airtime, man, you better land it.
All bad.
Yeah, because that ice right there on the ramp is hard.
Okay.
So you can get up off of it.
Because they pack it in, or
And so, man, if you don't do it right, man, you're going to get a face full of snow.
Got you. Okay, after a long day of workouts or whatever, what's your go-to activity when you get home? Are you a video game guy, movies? What's your go-to?
I'm a big cooker. I like to cook a lot. I've been getting into my my cooking era.
McCuin.
Yeah, I've been getting into my cooking era a little bit. I tried back when I was at TCU. I tried a lot of different ones. So I cooked some Indian dishes. I cooked a lot of different dishes I've never even heard of, and just try to see if I liked it and. End up liking cooking too.
Okay, yeah.
And not just the food,
the process, yeah.
And so I've been into that a lot lately. I've been, after that I'll cook. Big nap guy. Have to have a nap like I'm, an infant still. So I'll do that, or I'll watch a lot of TV. I don't have a game.
Okay.
So thinking about getting one soon.
You're gonna have to invest pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one soon.
Yep.
And I have one in Jacksonville, but I just never brought it up with me because I'm hardly on it.
Left it at home for the little bros.
So
good move.
So I'm gonna probably end up getting one.
Where do you get your inspiration for your new dishes you try? You TikTok or like your parents?
Yeah. TikTok is huge.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Because my parents, they're very traditional, so they'll make they have about 10 to 12 dishes where they make all the time. They just spread it out.
Yeah.
My dad, he's a huge cook.
Okay.
Mainly barbecue. Shout out to him. Nice. He's gonna love that.
Papa McCuin, shout out.
Because he loves his barbecue stuff, man. And I still need to teach him. Well, let him teach me how to grill because I don't know how to do that yet.
Okay.
But other than that, I've been trying to get into it a little bit. Just especially because of football, you have to keep your weight up and maintain weight. So I've been figuring out so many ways to eat and make it fun.
Yeah.
Too,
do you like to do like a big cook and meal prep it throughout the week, or do you like it fresh? So you do like
I just make it super fresh. I just
do it
make it and
cook
eat
more
it.
often but smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you got a signature dish?
Man, I'd probably say breakfast food
Okay, in
is my
general?
main one. Not just like just bacon and eggs. Like
Yeah.
I make omelets one time. I made like a breakfast bowl one time. I made eggs Benedict for the first time not so
Okay.
long ago.
I like that.
Starting to get into some over easy eggs. I'm usually an over hard or scrambled guy, and I've been trying to dress it up a little bit.
I'm a big I like breakfast for dinner, dude.
Yeah, man, it's
My
the best.
mom used to have a song when we were kids. She'd just start humming it. She'd just go, breakfast for dinner. Oh, what? It was just like the silliest song, but she would just start humming it like in the house, just and we'd be like, oh,
yeah, be ready
it's
for
breakfast for dinner
yeah,
night.
man, that's
Go get
crazy.
to have cereal or whatever.
Yeah.
But nice, man. I know I used to over COVID, we would do Sunday dinners at my house where me and my girl would make a new dish for my family once a week. I think we did it for like, I think we probably had like 10 of them or so. But it was fun, like you said, just the process of making new stuff and trying out different things was cool, man.
Yeah, man, it's dope.
You said you're a big show guy. You got any show recommendations, or what are you on right now?
Oh man, I was a big Stranger Things and Outer Banks guy.
Ooh, okay, yeah, both
so
those solid.
me and Tristan binged that until the freaking season was over.
It was done, yeah.
I remember when the new Outer Banks thing came out. There was probably 8 to 10 episodes. And once it came out, as soon as the time hit, we watched it until we were
all
done.
the way through.
Man, because I wasn't doing anything then,
Yeah,
so I had
day.
I had a 3 or 4 days to watch it.
There you go.
And man, I watched it all the way up to the 10th episode.
You ever seen Parks and Rec or The Office?
I've seen The Office, yeah.
Office clips of it, or like episodes?
I've seen a few episodes of it, but mainly clips. Yeah.
Okay. Those would be my 2 recommendations, just as far as like silly shows, whatever go. Also, like, you ever seen Money Heist?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all in Spanish, so you gotta be cool with subtitles.
Yeah.
Plot.
Yeah, the plot's good
on that one.
Yeah, I'm a big murder documentary guy too.
Nice,
so I've been getting into that a lot.
Okay, all right. You got any specific ones?
I'd probably say The Night Stalker is probably by far my favorite one.
Okay,
it's based out of LA.
Check it out.
This dude's crazy, man. But it's definitely good if you like that murder documentaries. I would recommend The Night Stalker is good. The Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer ones are good too.
Yeah, I saw those ones.
Not good as in those people.
Not approving.
But the plot of that and just how it goes, how they product it, how they produce it is just it's a good film in my opinion. So.
Got you. Just as far as outside of football activities go, now that you're in San Diego, are you a big beach guy or not really?
I've been trying to get into it. That water's so cold, man. So
too cold.
And I want to get into surfing before I leave California.
I'll teach you, bro.
So I'm trying to get into that so we can shake on it. Yeah,
surf buddies.
We can do that.
You saw it here first.
We can do that.
All right. Next episode, we'll be on the boards.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We have to do that.
That'd be cool. My girlfriend's dad goes every single day at 6 a.m. to surf. He's like religious with it. He actually set up his work schedule so he can work for, I think it's like 5 months out of the year where he is there on like 12 or 14-hour days. Like he just, that's all he does. And then he gets the other part of the year off to just surf. So he taught me, I'm still not great. Like it's hard. But he's the one that like took me and showed me how to do it. And being down here has been cool because it's so close. Nice, man. Okay. So my last question would be, what does life look like after football for you?
Hopefully, I have dreams and aspirations to go into the league. That's been that for a long time. So, this season is going to be very crucial, very important to me. Especially just leading in the workouts and stuff like that. That's going to be a big thing for me. But if not, I want to end up working with kids. I've always been, good with working with kids. Every time I go home, I go to the high school or the middle school or even elementary school. There's a few videos out there where I'm just trying to just help kids find themselves.
Got you.
And, whatever it is, whatever their dream is, just help them get to that point.
Do you see it being more of like a coach or like a counselor or a teacher, or what role do you feel like you fit best in that?
Well, right now I'm getting my master's in educational counseling.
Okay, awesome.
And I'm liking it so far, so I probably end up doing it as a counseling aspect.
Nice,
and if any people come in for like sports, like clients that come in for like sports stuff,
yeah,
I can definitely help out with that. So try to be versatile within the counseling world.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do like counseling / football coach or something. Would you
Yeah.
be interested in coaching along with
Yeah.
it if you
Yeah.
like out of high school or something
Yeah.
like
I
that?
definitely think I could. I'd probably start um, either here or at home to get how it all works.
Yeah.
And then work my way up, hopefully up to a college coach and, get the big stage of going to the NFL. So,
Yeah, and I got some good advice from, I think it was Greg Camarillo told me. He's like, while you're in college, you're not only getting a bachelor's or a master's degree in whatever you choose, like you said, counseling, but also get a master's degree in coaching and teaching from the guys around you. Like, get a master's degree in football, because the people that are teaching us are like super highly qualified, know what they're talking about. So he's like, take as many notes as you can, not just about what the play is, but think about how he coached it, or the process of how they got to you, or why what they said resonated, so you can, mimic that in your life. So I thought that was cool. Shout out to Greg for that. Yeah, man. So just go ahead, drop any, if people want to be able to follow you and stay up to date on your story, how can they find you on Instagram and things like that?
Yeah, on Instagram, which I'm mainly on, is McCuin Boy, McCuinBoi. And that's my Instagram handle. That's really the only thing I use social media wise. So.
Got you. I'm at Kyle_Crum02 or K9_athletics, which is my quarterback training page too, if you want to check that out. So yeah, man, that's been it for today. I appreciate you coming on,
Yeah,
bro.
man, appreciate you. Thank you.
Sir.